Hello, I'm Andy, and you are a star. A star is born on the 4th of November, and that's why you're listening to this program. A star who is so inventive, a genius of some kind, I have to say, especially with the modern day way of doing business and inspiring the world, which is through the internet. And that's how you are going to be very, very famous. The information technology should be your base for everything that you do because that base is magic and you understand that magic very, very well. So you're born to be lucky in an era which uses IT for just about anything, whether on the planet Earth or even in space. Yes, you will be very inventive naturally, and you'll have a soul that wants to be in information technology because you understand it so quickly that you can make use of it very, very fast. The trouble is your compatibility is difficult. You're a person who is very misunderstood sometimes. And this misunderstanding can be because you are basically a loner who prefers his or her own company so that the inventions can be done because distractions like partnerships you don't like very much. But you have to realize that as the business you are in or the job that you are in, you will need support. You can't be a one man or one woman show. As the business gets bigger and more commitments have to be made by you, and more of the energies are loaded onto you, you will break down if you have to do everything yourself. So at least learn to delegate. Don't keep it as your own. It's not necessary. You are only burdening yourself until one day you will just break up and everything will fall to pieces. Yes, your character is a wonderful, interesting character. A person who is a nonconformist, so full of fun and so entertaining and so nice to be with because you have so much to talk about the universe and the information technology, and people will love to hear you. You are a philosopher in your own way, although it's a philosophy that has nothing to do with tradition. That is a bit bad because philosophy is based on tradition. But I do agree that these days philosophy can be invented by people for the future. So, philosophy that you have is going to be very interesting because you can see the future very easily. You'll have a personality which is very, very difficult to understand because you can be very moody, you can be very changeable, you can be very oversensitive, sometimes unnecessarily. But then that's how you are. So you have to find company, whether for the love, romance, the marriage, the family, whether for the job, the business, whether for just friendship in sport or whatever. You have to click with people. And when you can, then the magic you have will make everybody be very successful around you as well. If you can't, then you'll see failure against failure because the partnership may not last very long. I'm going to give you some ages. Firstly, the positive ages. These are often called the milestones in your life that show the wonderment that you can have. And it starts at the age of 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, or 90 years old. These are very important ages. As you approach these ages, you are going to show that wonderful approachment of big, huge success. And as you get into these ages, you'll be rewarded in financial areas, in status, in happiness, and of course, in that wonderful feeling of success. I'll give you one set of negative ages because there are positive cycles and negative cycles. There are many of them in our lives going on all the time. Sometimes they're smaller, shorter, with less years to trouble you or less years of success. Sometimes they're longer. So your negative cycles for you born on the 4th of November. Be careful. The ages of 7, 16, 25, 34, 43, 52, 61, and 70. and also 79 or 88. And I'll give you one more, just to remind you that there can be many negative cycles. Be also very careful. Already at your age of 2, if you find out from your parents, they will say that something not very good happened. At your age of 2, and then 11, 20, 29, 38, 47, 56, 65, 74, 83, and 92 years old. You have to be very careful. Accidents, bad illnesses, breakups of business and breaks up of personal affairs, all kinds of sorrow and regret will be seen. So these are the cycles which I will talk to you about. If you see me for a 90-minute session, and in this 90-minute session, I will also talk to you about how to reach that fantastic area inside you, the soul, the aura, and the third eye. We all get it automatically opened, but always very late in our lives, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. We must get it much earlier to enjoy our younger life as well. And I'll show you how that can be done. You will learn that from me. So you don't have to wait till your old age to have the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom. You can start it with your younger age as well. So that will be shown to you, and your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. All these energies have a meaning. They have a meaning because they represent the energies of one or two or three planets at the same time. And when they add them together, they can give you a whole lot of success or a whole lot of failure very, very fast. Your health areas are going to be a mystery. Doctors won't find out easily what is going very wrong. But during this 90-minute session, I will tell you the whole list of where things go wrong inside you. So that what I do is early detection. You don't have to wait until you find out when you're sick. Even when you're well, you will already start to check these areas. So I'll give you a whole list, and you will type out this list, and every doctor you see, you will show them the list so that when they read it, they will know this is where they have to go in quickly and look and sort out the problem. And you'll be surprised. They'll marvel at what they know after reading my list. So this is how you can have a very good old age, to live longer and longer, because the repair can be done for you earlier and earlier. So that's what I do for you. And all just for USD $50, because it's my pleasure to do that, especially for you born on the 4th of November, because you are the genius that we want, the genius who comes out, not just traditional values, traditional ideas, traditional promotion, but the opposite of the newness of the future, of that what we don't know yet. You will know, because you will have a third eye which will know exactly what the future wants, and you'll be able to supply it. That's why you have a chance of very high success in your life, the money, the status, and the fame as well. All you need is guidance. You need guidance from me to know the years and the calendar, the ages, the years and the calendar years, exactly what's going to happen to you. I will work with you on a 9-year cycle first. People have asked me, I'll pay you, Andy. Teach me the other 18 years of more cycles. I can't, because why? Because palms are changing all the time. So there's no point going on more than the 9-year cycle. But as you go halfway, then we will talk further about the next cycle. So you see, there are so many things going on. The changes made on your palms, all that is just as important, if not more, than your date of birth and time of birth. So I'll use all three momentums to give you that answers. Regarding romance and marriage, you have to be very careful that born on the 4th of November, you'll be very attracted to the wrong partnership, because as we know in science, opposite poles attract. And especially you'll be attracted to your opposite because it excites you. People who are just like you bore you. And that's what the problem will be. So it's the later you marriage, the better. So from your palms, I will tell you when the marriage should be, or how many you're going to have, how long will they last, and whether at what age you should avoid it or not. So there's a lot going to go on. Well, you are a very special person. And you have to do this. Get this USD $50 and invest it, because once you know your next 9 year cycle, then you can build on the next cycle on this 9 year cycle to guarantee further success. Not have your next 9 year cycle without knowing what's happening and fail here and fail there. And then you build your next 9 year cycle on a very weak foundation. How could you go on successfully? You can't. So you see, one cycle to another. If one success and the other follows success, you will build a momentum of success. So there we go. So lastly, I want to tell you that because you're born on the 4th of November, you have the speciality of a third eye. You could be a great healer. You could be a great person who knows, even if you're a doctor or a lawyer or an architect or whatever you may be, the element of the third eye will be very active. And that will help you know exactly not only your own future, but the future of the person you may represent as a lawyer, or that you may heal as a doctor, or that you may make a good friend of. So that's the power you have over people. Going into politics would be very good for you because you will study immediately how the future lies. Because in politics, what you need to know is what's happening in the future. And it's not easy to know that. And that's why many in politics fail, because they couldn't put their finger on the right button to know what's in the future. And so they fail. But you can succeed. So I will tell you from your palms where you will be lucky, in what character, in what area of job, business, and also in finances. And yes, financial speculation will be very much of interest to you. So we'll talk about that as well during the 9 year cycle and the session of 90 minutes. So here's my email. Send me this email and let's get down to having this session. And you won't regret it. You will know from then, your next 9 years, exactly what will happen. And you'll have the chance to make the bad much better and to make the good even better. So that's what we will do. In the meantime, I wish you good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.